All right, you good people. We're back here working on the red brick house, getting some things done. So one of the things I talked about trying to do today was getting the mantelpiece. Now this is a 2x8 from a front porch that was built in the 1920s, a Sears kit house. And I have gone through in my workshop, running through the thickness sander, and I'm going to leave this a little bit rough. We've got wormholes that are in here. Actually, let me turn the light on. A little bit more light in here. There we go. We've got wormholes and things that are in here, and I want to keep that because it looks rustic. You've got places where the wood kind of splintered and chipped a little bit, and we sanded and smoothed that out. But I like the effect of it, and you notice how it's kind of a bridge between the brick color, the wood, and then of course going down through there. And we'll go through and we'll attach our crown molding up underneath of there. We'll varnish this out so it'll look like that stuff. I think that's going to be kind of cool. And then our doors that will go on here, because this will actually be able to open up. I don't know if we'll put anything in it, but we'll have the doors will be antique heart pine as well. So that way we're thinking about putting H's on that for Howard Holmes, my wife's maiden name, and of course my last name. So this is, I think this is going to be our history room, where you can see a lot of the different things. We've got the antique tools and stuff. Up here, look, we got a pig flying. And then over here, this is the communication center. And I think this, and if somebody knows, this is supposed to be like, I don't know if this is actually a feather quill or if it's just made to look like a feather quill. But I think I want to get definitely an old inkwell to go here, because you got the typewriter, you've got the telephone switchboard, you've got the radio. This is all forms of communication. I think that's kind of cool. So we're still figuring out how to do all the stuff. Of course, we'll have the mantle. We'll be able to put things on top of that as well. But the room is definitely a nice, cozy, quaint space that, you know, we kind of feel pretty good with. Now maybe we'll do this. Maybe I'll see what I'm doing tomorrow. But we're going to open up this fireplace and restore that to what it may have looked like. So that's what we're doing in here. One thing we realized when we had company is the room is kind of a pooch screw, because you got the door here and the door there. You got the window over here, and we had to do an offset for the shower to fit in to make sure it was compliant with the building codes. So there's not many places to put the bed. We started to put it over here, but the offset is still kind of funny. It ended up working best over here. Now the only problem is there's no nightstand. So here's our thinking of what we're going to do. This is just a false front, and you can see it's actually coming in. The board is actually twisted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this like a drawer. So this will pull out. I'll have full extension drawer slides here, and what we'll do is we'll be able to have the top of this will be flat, and it'll be able to open up. So you'll be able to open it up to be able to use the drawer, or it can be down, and this becomes the nightstand for somebody who's sleeping here. So that's our solution there of what we're thinking about doing. So that's a couple of things we've gotten squared away. And now that I'm inside, hold on, let me go hang my jacket up, because now that I'm inside, I'm done on the outside for now. Hopefully the weather won't be quite as cold tomorrow, because I'd love to get the siding put on around there where we put the new door on and getting the trim on. Hang on. So I've been working on the upstairs. Definitely working on the upstairs here, getting some of the trim in place that needed to go. And so looking over here at this corner, we hadn't finished this. I had to get some more of the plastic. We put plastic board anywhere we didn't pull off the original molding that was messed up. We used the plastic board so that way it won't rot out. So we've gotten this in here, and I've got my Cat 6 cable wire actually going all the way down into the cabinet. So this definitely gets us looking a lot better. I've been wetting down my walls so we can do some more plaster repair. The only place I have left, I just have to finish the molding right here. And I've gotten molding now over here in this corner. And it's amazing how much better just getting those little pieces of molding in truly makes this place look. Now, my wife wants to hang the picture over here, so I got to figure out where she wants to put that. But yeah, I think we're going to be able to call this a day early today. Just kind of relax a little bit and enjoy the space. I just love actually being able to sit here and just relax. Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here at the Red Brick House. And today, man, it's like 52 degrees is going to be the high today. And we're working on getting this part of the house and stuff put together. Getting the siding on here. I need to go get a 1x6 to carry all the way across here for our, basically the top edge of this to make that look good. But definitely a big improvement from what we had here before, which was just kind of hanging. Now I am going to need to do some work underneath the house here, because actually looking at this, there is actually a 2x4 is one of the floor joists up underneath of here, and then there's a 1x that is another one. So we're going to sister up 2x8s with this up underneath of it, and then we're going to put a we're going to mount a to the block a couple of 2x8s pressure treated to there to help support those. What I also noticed is two of our 2x4s right here actually have a little bit of a crack on them. So we're going to end up putting in basically a support piece up underneath of that to support those, and we're going to sister up. We're going to push this up some, but sister up some other 2x4s, and I'm hoping that I have some old ones in the cellar so that way they'll match up. This color up here is just gorgeous, and I don't want to change that look. But yeah, we need to do some extra supporting up in there. Probably from us being up on here using that while we were doing the construction work, it's just more than what those pieces could take. So we definitely need to support those. And inside, I've been wetting down the walls for doing a little bit more plaster work and stuff in there. Varnishing the countertops and things. So a lot of little things that are going into getting this together eventually. All right, so we're at the back of the house, and you can see where getting that siding put on there is making that look a lot better. I've got to go up here and do the fascia boards, but before I do that, I need to go ahead and work on the porch in there where we have the 2x4s in there that are cracked. Before I climb up on that roof and do that, I want to make sure that that is in good shape. In the meantime, here's what I'm thinking about doing, not today, but sometime in the near future. You can see the screens in here are definitely in bad shape. And what I'm thinking is there's basically two 2x4s that are in here. And what I'm thinking about doing is taking all this wood off of here with the screens off of here, take the lattice off, and build basically a knee wall, and then run the siding up on there, since I've got, you know, almost a full box of it. And then we'll do the screens above, and later on, if we want to, we could actually put windows in there, in which case then it can be like a 4 seasons room. It won't be heated and cooled, although I could get like a small heater if we wanted to. But to be able to have the air and stuff go through there, and in fact, if we do that, put some insulation up underneath of this, and put those windows on here, that'll actually help the back of the house, because that'll be kind of like another layer before the cold air really gets into it, to just give it a little bit more insulation. In the meantime, up here, this is the bear that we have to deal with now. When I tell you that what they used to do was they used whatever materials they had. So you can see we have a 2x4 here for a joist, and we have this 5/4 one here that's actually about 9.5 inches long. You can see this is a 2x8 right here. What we're going to do is cut the nails on these, and we're going to sister up another 2x8 on each of these to give them a little bit more girth, and we'll end up running a beam across down on that end to support all of it, to make it much stronger than what it is. That way we won't have to worry about having an issue in the future. So while the weather's nice, and we go through here, cut the nails, and start doing that right now. The work never ends. So Here's our mantelpiece. What I love is you can see the wormholes that are in here. That's happens by time and bugs. And putting another coat of varnish on the other one over here. Just trying to get it all together so it'll look really, really nice once it's done. I need to get some clear caulk so that way I can seal up underneath the molding right here. And I need to make some filler pieces to go on the sides of the bookcases. And in this room, we'll need to get some crown molding, because that's where we do get a little bit of stuff that comes in between the walls. There's like dust and stuff. We get the crown molding up there and then seal it up with the caulking. That'll prevent it from being able to do that. We also need to do the same thing around the doors frames to seal the wood and stuff in there. Lots of little things to do to finally get this place really completely finished, but we are getting there. I'm liking, now that we are now that we've gotten the door up in here, we have our cabinet, of course, over here. I need to go ahead and get these cut up and used for the shutters for the front. And so once that's done, then I'll have a little bit more space to work with in here. And I've got to get back to Legacy Lumbers, because they're going to have the slats of wood they're going to go in here to finish off these walls, as well as the siding to fix over here. Doing those things will actually make this a usable space. I can see, I think Tracy was talking about putting like maybe some old tools like farm tools, sickles and things like that up here on the wall, just because it was like a working farm. Finding the an old sink to go over in here and stuff, and really make this spot a place that we can really use to, you know, basically come in, clean our brushes, and start plants and things like that, as well as being able to just go back and through circle to the outside. All right, on to the next task. One of the things that amazes me about this house is it's about 50 degrees outside, and we have the heat set at 72. Take a look at this. It's off, and the temperature is sitting here at 75. There's so much radiant heat that comes in just from having the windows here, that it's really cozy up here right now. Definitely, they knew what they were doing when they built these houses.